Politics Explained. This note provides an overview of the UK's political landscape on key terms. In business, a basic understanding of United K politics is valuable as the decisions and policies made by the government can make far-reaching effects on day-to-day operations. Is this guide we explaining how the UK government is structured, the main political parties, and the devolution. Structure of the UK government. Parliament. The UK Parliament is the supreme legislative body consisting of the sovereign, the King, the House of Lords, and the House of Commons. The House of Commons has 650 members of Parliament, MPs, who are directly elected by UK citizens in constituency areas. This is the lower house and is the principal parliament chamber. The House of Lords is the upper house with around 800 members made up of live peers. Hereditary peers forthcoming legislation will face remaining hereditary peers out, and bishops. His role is to scrutine bills, provide advice, and complement the work of the Commons. Parliament is responsible for scrutinizing the government policies, passing laws, approving taxes, and checking the Prime Minister power. Prime Minister and Cabinet. The Prime Minister is the head of the government with the parliamentary party holding the most seats in Parliament, allowing them to form the government. The Prime Minister appoints cabinet ministers and has overall leadership of the government's policies and their delivery and oversees the operation of the civil service. Cabinet ministers are in charge of specific departments like health, education, defense. The PM and cabinet are drawn from and are accountable to Parliament. The monarchy. The monarchy king, Charles III, is the head of state and theoretical source of executive power, but his role is constitutional and ceremonial in modern times. The monarch formally appoints the prime minister, reads the king's speech setting out the government's policies at the state's opening of parliament, and formally enacts laws by giving royal assent. The civil service. The civil service consists of non-political workers that serve the government of the day to support the development and implementation of these policies by putting ministerial decisions into actions. Civil servants also offer objective counsel to minister on policy matters and engage with industry, non-governmental organizations, and research institutions of the practical implication on decisions. So, in summary, Parliament makes laws, the government, civil service administer the country within those laws, and the monarch remains the sovereign, here providing continuity. Policy process, Green Paper consultations. Green papers are consultation documents produced by the government. The aim of this document is to allow people both inside and outside Parliament to give the depart feedback on its policies or legislative proposals. Government also published consultations call for evidence, seeking more detailed information on impact of proposed policy changes. White papers. White papers are policy documents produced by the government that set out their proposal for future legislation. White papers are often published as common paper and may include a draft version of a bill that is being planned. This provides a basis for further consultation and discussion with interested or affected groups and allow final changes to be made before a bill is formally presented to Parliament. Public bills. Public bills are proposed changes to the law as it applies to the population in general. Almost all public bills that are successfully passed by Parliament are those introduced by the government. The vast majority of public bills that come before Parliament each year, however, are backbenchers, bill known and private members' bills, which are rarely passed but are often used as a method of campaigning for a change in the law by individual MPs and member of the House of Lords. Bill. A bill is a proposal for a new law or a proposal to significantly change an existing law. A bill may start in either the Commons or the Lords and may introduce or stays in each house. Once the bill has been agreed, the both houses receive royal assets and becomes an act of parliament. An act of parliament, also called a statute, is a law made by the UK Parliament. All acts start as bill introduced in either the Commons or the Lords. When a bill has been agreed by both houses of Parliament, as has been given royal assent by the monarchs, it becomes an act as are known as primary legislation because they don't need it, not depend of their legislative authority. Primary legislation. Primary legislation is the general term used to describe the main laws passed by the legislative body of the UK, including the UK Parliament, for example, an Act of Parliament. Secondary legislation. Legislation is law created by ministers or other bodies under power given to them by an act of parliament of primary legislation. Legislation is also known as delegated or subordinated legislation and often takes the form of a statutory instrument. Debates. A debate is a formal discussion of a specific proposal, motion in the House of Commons or House of Lords. Members take it a turn to speak, and there are rules and conventions that are followed. Debates can be read in the official report Hazard and viewed online via Parliament TV. Select committees. Select committees are small group of MPs or member of the House of Lords that are set out to investigate a specific use in detail or to perform a specific scrutiny role. The main goal is official and spares for questioning and can demand information from the government select. Committees publish their finding is a report as the government is expected to respond to any recommendations that are made. Order in council. Order in council are made by the king acting of the advice of the privy council and are approved in person by the monarch. Some like those that transfer functions between minister of the crown are made using powers conferred by an act of parliament. Others, like those which make appointments to the civil service, are made by virtue of their royal prerogative. All those orders in council must be formally approved in person by the monarchs. They are drafted and their substance is controlled by the government. Statements. Government ministers may make oral or writing statements to Parliament. Oral statements usually address major incidents, government policies or action, or those made in the Commons are usually repeated in the House of Lords. Written statements are normally used to put the day-to-day business of government of the official record and in public domain. A weekly domain, a weekly business statement made by the leader of House Commons set of the future business of the House occasionality. A personal statement may be made by an MP or member of the House of Lords. The order paper or order of business is a daily publication in the House of Commons that outlines the day's agenda, including questions, motion, and committee notice. In the House of Lords, similar information is found in the collective House of Lords business papers. King's speech. The King's speech is the speech that the King reads out in the Lord's Chamber on the occasion of the state opening of Parliament, instead of the program of legislation that the government intends to pursue in the forthcoming parliamentary session. Main political parties in the UK: Labour Party. Left Wing Party currently is governed by the Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Parliamentary policy focus in a growth, social reform to planning sector, um, house building targets, and net zero obligations. The party secured a decisive victory in the July 2024 election, winning a substantial 174 seat majority, notably more than 50% of the select members of parliament are first-time representatives. Previously last in power in 1997 and 2011 under Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. Conservative Party, center-right party currently forming the opposition led by Kemi Badenoch. The party has 121 MPs as of 2024, down for 365 elected at the previous um, 2019 general election, was in power in 2011 to 2024 under David Cameron, Theresa and Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, and Rishi Sunak. Liberal Democrats. Center-left party supporting stronger environmental policies with a particular focus on water quality and reform and civil liberties. Currently led by Ed Davey, is the third largest party in the United Kingdom with 72 MPs as of 2024. Scottish National Party (SNP), centre-left Scottish National Party, currently leading Scotland developed government led by Scottish First Minister John Swinney and holding 9 seats in Westminster. Right-wing party original focus in 2018 is the Brexit Party, led by Nigel Farage and holding 5 seats in Westminster. They achieved the third highest vote share, 14.3% as the 2024 general election. Green Party of England Wallace, left-wing environmentalist party priorities climate action and social justice. Co-leaders Carla Denier and Adrian Ramsay with 4 MPs. Plaid Cymru, centre-left Welsh Nationalist Party, prioritizing Wales independence and closer ties to Europe, led by Ron Up Lower with 4 MPs. And other Irish parties who support Northern Ireland remaining part of the UK. The main unionist parties are Democratic Unionist Party, the DOP, and the Ulster Union Party, UUP, who combine hold 7 Westminster seats. National parties, these parties, one Northern Ireland to unite with the Republic of Ireland. The main national party are Sinn Féin and Social Democratic, and Labour Party (SDLP), who combine hold 9 seats in Westminster. Sinn Féin follow a policy abstentionist, meaning they do not attend or engage with UK Parliament. Okay, if you like this video, subscribe, uh, activate the bell. Goodbye.